Hey, what's going on? Good morning and happy Sunday, everybody. Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton, and now we're going to cover the Pro Division front 9 holes of the Eastern Classics tournament. So, I have a lot of great replays to show you. I was very close on a few holes to getting some drops, especially the last par 3 and then the albatross on hole number 9. Eluded me, very frustrating on that one, but we'll talk through it. I think I know what to do here to help you pick it up. So if you're not a subscriber, please become one. That would be awesome. And if you like my videos, please take a moment there to hit the thumbs up button. Congratulations on making it to the pro final round. It's never easy, especially if you're sitting there in those tough tier 3 brackets. If I've done a good job for you, if I've helped you out this week and you have the means to do so, you can tip me like you would your favorite bartender. My PayPal is in the comments section below. Or if you'd like to become a member of the channel, that would be awesome too. You can check that out in the video description below as well. Okay, let's go off here to hole number 1. So hole number 1, we're going to be playing this like we have, a lot of the tournament, especially in Tailwind. Now, with it being the final round here, we're definitely going to go to Berserker. And, I need to add just a smidge of backspin in order to calm this ball down so we don't have a huge roll on the green. So you'll see this ball comes in very nicely. It rolls towards the hole. Sometimes you get a bigger rollout than that. Sometimes you don't. But regardless, this is a nice shot bringing us in for a very easy eagle on hole number 1. Brings us on to hole number 2. We'll fast forward through some of this stuff just simply because hole number 2 is very simple. Nothing changes really from round to round. We just play this one with the big topper, and then shot number 2, I play with the Horizon. You can play with your Cataclysm. You can play with your big dog. You can play with, like I said, the Horizon like I do. But really, it's all completely up to you. But here we get that nice roll onto the fairway. As you can see, we're only using a katana. We don't need anything special on hole number 2, especially when we're getting these nice tailwinds. This is really the best wind scenario possible for shot number 2 on this hole. We have the tailwind and we have it blowing from left to right, which is pushing us towards the green. Here, always remember that you'll see my red ring is up there on the rough line. And the reason that I do that is I stay away from the rough on this hole, on the drive, and on shot number 2, just because it seems that the ball likes to carry a little bit more than normal on this hole. So we don't want to misadjust and end up clipping the rough in any way. But you can see here, this is all good. We stop right next to the fringe, and we have a very easy chip in for the eagle. If you use a little bit more curl, then you have a better chance of getting onto the green. But regardless, we don't have to do anything crazy with the shot. It's very simple to keep it moving. Okay, now here on hole number 3, I'm just using a katana. You could definitely use a kingmaker, if you wanted to, obviously. But regardless, I took a couple kingmakers to practice, and I couldn't get this ball to the pin no matter what I did. I tried to add some curl to this shot as well, and it was weird adding curl, left-hand curl, to the ball, considering we're getting the left-hand push. So, on this one, I just played it straight up, and I'm still missing to the right-hand side. So this one I don't have a lot for you, unfortunately. It keeps carrying, it keeps going, and it's just been hole number 3 here has been a tough hole for me all tournament long, and it probably has for you as well. But hole number 4 has been good. Hole number 4, we're good to go here. The first shot is played at 10%. Shot number 2, as you can see, is played at 0%. So here, again, I'm just using a katana. It's just tailwind. That's all that we really need is a power 2 ball, which is good. And I'm only really using a katana here so that we can take advantage of the side spin to the right. Since we have 3 bars of side spin with this club, for me, it's the best one to go with, I think, in this hole. Drive is pretty easy. As you can see here, I'm not really using any overpower. I'm just using quite a bit of right-hand curl. Now, you don't want to go too heavy with the curl because you don't want to clip the rough. But we get a nice roll out there, 367 for people who write that down. Shot number 2, we're going to be using the fringe again. And we're just using backspin to get our ball lined up into the hole. So using that fringe as the landing spot, you can see here I got the ball guideline going dead center to pin. Here I'm pulling at 0% at mid distance of my club. We hit the fringe and we land exactly where we want to, which is in the hole for an eagle there on hole number 4. So that's a good way to start -7 through the first 4 holes. Now that's going to take us on here to hole number 5, in which I'm very frustrated on. This is normally a good hole for me. I am using a kingmaker here simply to reduce the wind and try to give us our best chance possible here for the hole-in-one. We will be using a kingmaker at 20% at max. Okay, 20% at max. And you're going to notice here I've got 2 bars of right side spin combined with a little bit more than 2 bars of top spin. That was the ball guideline that we're looking for. We hit the rough, and we just miss. So, that one kind of stinks to not pick that one up. What I would like you to do is I would like you to replicate my ball guideline, but with full side spin to the right, okay? So instead of going 2 bars of side spin, I want you to start this thing off with 2.2 top. I believe that's 2.2 top, right? Let's see here. Yeah, 2.2 top. I did 2 right. I want you to go 2.2 top. I want you to go 3 bars of right spin and find that same landing position as me. And I think you're going to be really good there on hole number 5. Take a ball or 2 to practice if you have the ability to do so and get that one dialed in, because that's a big deal to get that one in the final round. Here we're going to be using a rock with a berserker. This is probably my least favorite hole in the tournament. It really caused me a lot of trouble in the opening round on one account, which is why I only made one account to the finals. But regardless, here, the shot's going to play pretty nicely. I could have even used a little bit of overpower, but I didn't. I went with 4 top and 2 right. I played at 10% at max. We hit the middle of the fairway here, and we get a nice roll. Now, this is good as long as you get into that shaded area where the trees are shaded onto the green, or onto the fairway, I should say. You're going to be completely fine. It's going to make shot number 2 super easy. Shot number 2, we play 10% at max. And all we're trying to get this thing to do is just land onto the green. That's it. Definitely flirted with the albatross a couple times on this hole. Haven't picked it up yet in this tournament and probably won't. But, it's nice on this one just to land very safely and call it a day. So we'll take that all day. We're right next to the pin. Good to go. All right, here we do pick up a hole-in-one. And we're going to be playing this with the kingmaker. Now, this one's going to be a little bit strange. Again, it took me a few shots in practice to get this one figured out. But here you're going to see that I'm going around 2 bars of top spin. And I do change this here in just a second because I kept missing right of the pin. So I'm going to go 2 top and about 0.2 to the right. And then I'm going to offset my ball guideline here, which you're going to notice. So notice I'm aiming short of the hole, but I'm also aiming a little bit left to the hole. We make a 20% pull at max. And we do get that one to drop. Dead center for a hole-in-one. So we'll take a look at that one more time. And the reason we take a look at this one more time is because I don't know how consistent this shot is going to play off. So we'll go to this setup again, because getting this hole in one would be awesome if you're able to get it. But, you know, we go 2 top, like I said, and about 0.2 right. And there's our offset mark. And then if we kind of take a look at the pull angle here, like I said, I kept missing to the right. So I want you to notice here, I'm using a pretty strong 1159 pull angle. I mean, I guess it's not crazy strong, but we're definitely, if you can see right there, the wind arrow, it's definitely pointing 1159. And that's just one way to keep our ball moving to the left-hand side. Now, I don't know if that's going to be crazy important on this hole as much as that offset is going to be, but I just thought it was, you know, good to point out that it is there. If you're, you know, really trying to dial that one in and duplicate it, definitely pull the 1159 like I did. Okay, here we're going to use a quarterback and a sniper. We're going to be playing 10% at max. I don't really think on any ball combination, you know, you can make it down to that bottom fairway. Unless you have some really, really, really powerful clubs. You know, maybe like a Megalodon ball that's a power 5, wind 4. But, you know, I don't think many people are going to be able to make it down. So we're going to have to play this shot. Now, the thing that I'm super disappointed about on shot number 2 is I was really close in practice, close enough that I figured out, okay, I'm good to go. And then I hit a great ball when it counts. That's kind of frustrating when you waste a few balls on practice mode and then you get to the real deal and you hit great. But we do need to offset to the right-hand side of the cup here, because this ball is carrying to the left-hand side with the way the wind is pushing. We're playing this one 30% at mid, but again, like I said, I hit a great ball. As you can see here, a great left. I barely missed. Perfect ball. Would have definitely been in the hole, I believe, for a nice little eagle, okay? Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to go into hole number 9. And hole number 9, we're going to talk about the very popular power shot that's been happening all tournament for a lot of people. So, you know, I'm going to use it as well because it does leave you for a very nice albatross opportunity. You know, your APOC level is not going to really matter. If you're playing pro, you probably have at least an APOC 3. For most of us, the landing position should be about the same. And we're going to go 6 bars of top spin and then 3 bars of side spin to the left. So you can see I have an APOC 6, but I'm not even utilizing the full top spin, okay? So don't get carried away with my APOC level. Here, when I push up to max, that's where I'm stopping this at. When I push up to max, you're going to see the left part of my yellow ring is touching the left side of that second cut of rough. That is our landing position. So it's just left to that green tree. Here, we're going to be going with a full slice or full hook, whatever you call it. We catch this fairway dead center, and this ball takes a nice roll. Now, you know, I'm going to have to sit here and talk you through shot number 2 because shot number 2 is very confusing, especially if we take a look at this here. This shot does not look like it has any elevation, okay? But as the game works, you know, we normally play things around 10% as a baseline. Because of a straight crosswind push, I actually decided to play this one at 20%. So you're going to see me move this, I believe, 2.5 rings, maybe 2.6. I forget exactly what it was, but I did play it 20% at exactly mid-distance of our club. You'll see that I'll pull the range. Maybe it was 2.4, but regardless, I played it 20% at mid. Perfect ball. I thought for sure I was going to get an albatross here. And somehow we still missed to the right-hand side. Now, when I mess around with the numbers, if I would have played that one 30% at mid, that ball would have been in the hole. It seems like a super aggressive elevation pull on flat land there, but, you know, I'll leave it up to you on what you want to try. But again, 30% at mid would have been in the hole. So, it's a little weird, but it is what it is. Hey, anyways, that is the front 9. I'll start to work on the back 9 now. Best of luck. Let me know how you do in the comments. Thank you.